Happy Friday from Escondido. Man, what a week. This week has just been insane. Today was yet another one of those days. So Ken's car is done. Bumper aligned really well. Pork chops are back on. Put it through the PDI. Everything checks out. So this is ready for pickup tomorrow morning after cars and coffee. Nice and flush with the fender. Even gap, just a little bit of tweaking and adjusting there. So I think he's going to be pretty happy with that. Then on the low miler 2000, the brake master cylinder went in today, the E65, bled everything out. The battery in the car is totally dead, so we've got to get one of those before we can start it up, see how the brakes feel. But the underbody panels are back on. It's kind of all buttoned up underneath, so it's just a matter now of some test driving, see how those brakes feel, PDI process, and hopefully get this thing back where it's going. This guy needs to get back to me on what he wants to do. We're only down to another week, so hopefully that happens this weekend. I can get everything ordered, and the next week we're going to be going crazy on that car. Took in another 03 M5 today for a PDI. This is a late 02, December 02 build, 2003, titanium silver M1SW, full leather black luxury interior. I don't really see any options other than that. It's a 90,000 mile car that appears to have spent a lot of time outside. And the guy's selling it potentially to his brother who lives in Colorado. So his brother's ordered the PPI process here. It's got aftermarket wheels. I don't really see anything else as far as aftermarket things go. Appears to be a car that's spent an awful lot of time outside just based on things like that. Unfortunate, very dry, hard, shrunken leather. Same carries onto the dash. And surprisingly, with the full leather cars, we've got a little tear there. It just opens up at the seam. All the stitching kind of turns blue. Seems to bake the dye out of it. Definitely unfortunate for a relatively low mileage 2003 car, though not beyond repair. With some investment, we need a new center console. Headliner's not bad. Alcantara not sagging anywhere. There's even spider webs in here. It's been so long. That tray has sure seen a heck of a lot of sunlight. Nav screen needs some attention. It sits at 95/920. Hood and trunk struts are shot. It's just kind of my first impressions. It needs 4 door lock actuators. Parcel shelf's pretty faded. Unfortunately, it looks like something swiped it over here lightly. A lot of this would come out. It's just paint transfer, but there is a dent here, and more importantly, here in this body line. So those would be, I would want to replace that front right door, inclusive of the door handle as well. It's taken quite a bit of paint off there. So hopefully the guy decides to buy it, they get a reasonable price, and he decides to do a bit of a restoration with us. This car has a ton of potential. It just appears to have been a little bit neglected over the years and needs some more work. On mine today, I did a full detail. It had been a while, and it is shiny as shit right now because I did the CarPro Reload application. It's been about 5 months since it was last done. I'm trying to do it once a quarter, but time doesn't generally allow. So this was my first time using Reload, and it is like oily as it goes on, but then it dries smooth and you just buff it out, and it brings back this ultra glossy, deep level of shine, and hopefully some protection as far as UV and clear coat protection there. But wow, I mean, it's a serious difference. I need to start doing this more. It doesn't take very long. Once the car's clean, you just spray it on one panel or half a panel at a time. Do 2 towels. Kind of a pricier product, I think. That bottle was maybe $30 or $40, but I only used maybe 1/8 of it. So that'll certainly last a couple of years. And the results speak for themselves. I did not use it on glass. I don't know if you're supposed to. I didn't try to use it on any plastics, though I'm sure I got it on these door sills or door impact strips. I didn't put it up there. I did do the headlights. I did the parts of the car that are filmed. I did the plastic grills. I'll have to ask if you guys see if it's something I can use on glass, if that makes any difference, or if I shouldn't. The extra effort goes a long way. The car's 3 years older with less than half the miles in a pretty different state. You'll notice the Ferrari's gone. My dad got that buttoned up today. We got the seats back in, put the top down, the cover over the top again, and he got that back to the house. So hopefully tomorrow, not too cold or wet, we'll get it out for cars and coffee before yet more rain coming in Sunday and Monday next week. But we're going to wrap up this week here. I'm going to go home and shower. Larson and I are going to hit Naughty Barrel and get to bed early, very ready to sleep and rest a little bit. And with that, we'll talk tomorrow from Rancho Santa Fe.